Hey kids, do you remember last week when we talked about Joseph being sold as a slave by his own brothers? Pretty messed up, huh? Well, today we'll see what happens next. So, there was this guy named Potiphar, but we can call him Mr. Potty for now. Well, he was a rich guy who worked for the king of Egypt, Pharaoh. Well, Mr. Potty bought Joseph as a slave and made him do all sorts of work at his house. And you know what? Joseph did his best. He didn't try to escape or refuse to work. He didn't want to be a slave, but he decided to do his best no matter what. And Mr. Potty noticed how good of a worker Joseph was. So he gave him better jobs. And Joseph did well, to where eventually Mr. Potty trusted Joseph to be in charge of his house. Can you believe it? Even though Joseph was in a horrible situation, God was still with him and blessing him. Notice that God didn't rescue Joseph immediately, but God was with Joseph and took care of him. I'll let you in on a little secret. God didn't rescue him on purpose. God had a really important plan for Joseph. And not just for Joseph, but for thousands of people. And Joseph, being a slave in Egypt, was part of that plan. Now, Joseph probably didn't know it was God's will, and he probably prayed that God would rescue him out of slavery. But Joseph also trusted God, and he knew that God would do what was right, no matter what. Did you know that there was a time where Jesus was being surrounded by people who hated him and they were about to arrest him? Simon Peter took out his sword and chopped off a guy's ear even. He was ready to fight and to rescue Jesus. In Matthew 26, Jesus looked at Peter and said, "Put your sword away. You know that if I wanted to, I could have thousands of angels come and rescue me. But these bad things must happen because there's a bigger plan." Now we know that God's plan was to allow Jesus to die so that we could be forgiven. Neither Joseph nor Jesus tried to escape hard things. Instead, they trusted their Father in heaven to be with them and to do what was right. Sounds like a good place to be. So, until next time.
That's it for today, kids. Join us next time for more incredible stories with Mr. Rick. Bye!